Hello, my friends. Anya here. I am actually making this video during the day. My preference is to make these videos at night because that is when the magic is most potent and powerful. But I'm really feeling compelled to just be in the moment and make it when I am feeling called to make this video. I have recently been dealing with some very negative energies from a certain source, and I really wanted to share how I deal with those kinds of energies, those kinds of toxic, negative, very low vibrational energies. I think as light workers, we really feel compelled to transform the energy or to take it on as something that we have to do, and that's really not something that we have to do. It's in my opinion, it's part of our ascension process. It's part of the climbing the scales of consciousness to send that energy back to its original source, because otherwise those people will not learn their lessons. They will not learn that as they continue to send negative thought forms, negative emails, negative texts, negative whatever your way or anyone's way, they will continue to do so unless they are dealing with those energies that come back to them themselves. So what I typically do is I send that energy right back to them, whether it's thought forms or feelings or emotions. I can actually feel when there are negative energies around a situation, or if somebody is feeling negatively about me, and I immediately block that energy and I send it back to its original source, because it is not your job to transform that energy. It's your job to protect yourself, to protect your loved ones. And by doing that, by sending the energy, the negative energy, back to its original source, you're not creating negative karma. It's kind of like somebody handing you a flaming bag of poop and you saying, no, I'm not going to take this, because it's not your job to take somebody else's crappy creation and do something with it. It's your job to have standards for yourself. It's your job to say, no, I'm not going to take this. It's your job to have, protective boundaries for yourself and for your energy and your family's energy and your field, so that those kinds of energies and frequencies don't come in. So what I usually do is I just, whenever I get something like that, whether, again, any kind of form it comes in, whether it's email or you can feel it, or it's a thought form or a text, or someone verbally, spouting this negativity to you, or if it comes from somebody else, in whatever way, shape, or form it comes in, you can send it back to its original source with no karmic strings attached. And I say this because it is so important, and it took me a while to figure this out and how to do this. My partner, goddess bless him, he was so great at sort of teaching me how to take that energy and realizing that it's not my job to transform it. That is somebody else's creation, and it is their job to contend with the energies that they have created. It is not your job to have to clean up somebody else's mess. So what I do is I just close my eyes and I see that energy coming around my field, the whatever energies or thought forms that are trying to get in from a negative standpoint. I gather that energy up sort of like in a balloon or a bubble, and I take all of that energy and I send it back to its source, or sources in some cases. And believe me when I say I've had plenty of opportunities for dealing with this for certain people in my life. Not a lot of people, but certain people. And so it might suck for them when you do this, but that is not your problem. That is not your job to have to fix their problems. And it might compound the energy for them because it's their creation and it's something that they have to deal with. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate for you, and that's perfectly fine. But when I send the energy back to its source, I start feeling my calm. I start feeling my happiness come back. And you can do the same with like somebody who is, if you're driving and somebody flips you the bird or someone cuts you off or whatever it is, and that sort of anxious energy that sort of builds in you, you can do the same thing and send it back to its original source. That is not your negativity to fix. So when you send that energy back, I just put it in a bubble around them, and I put a little bow on it, and I just intend that this is their energy to contend with. That's their energy to deal with. And from my perspective, it's done. I think it's really important that light workers understand the difference between transforming somebody else's stuff and protecting your energy and having clean, healthy boundaries. And when we send negative energy back like that, it does several things. First of all, it protects your energy. And the more you do it, the stronger your energy becomes and the more protective of a layer you have in your energy field. Secondly, when you send that energy back to its source, it may compound the intensity in their life. It may make things more difficult for them because they're having to contend with and deal with the energies that they have created. But that is not something that you have to be concerned with. And in my opinion, that's probably the best thing that can happen, because hopefully in their life, they will realize that that's when they start dealing with those energies that they have created, since you're not accepting them, they will start to transform, and maybe hopefully they will start to stop sending those kinds of negative energies, whether it's through words or thoughts or actions against you. But you do not have to be privy to any of that information, any of how they deal with that information. This is us climbing the scales of consciousness. And I believe that part of what is important for us to do, and this is sort of the shadow work that we do. I'm very in touch with the dark feminine side, and this is part of what comes with that side. Is you don't have to accept and transform crap that people send to you. And it's as simple as that. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the cleaner your life gets, and you will start attracting higher vibrational beings and higher vibrational energies in your life. And yes, you may have to deal with these really toxic people or energies in your life, but that is just a sign that you are, I think, transforming those energies in your own life. If you can take those energies, take those situations and send them back to their source instead of transforming them yourselves, you're going to do yourself a world of favors in protecting your energy field and not having to transform it yourself. That takes a tremendous amount of energy and time, and they'll continue to send it. If you don't protect yourself, I mean, I'm at a point where I know that it's getting sent from certain people, but I don't feel it unless I'm having to have a specific communication exchange with them and it comes back to me. I don't feel it. Because I don't care. You don't have to care, and it's not being heartless, but it is protecting yourself. And that is one of the most important things in raising your consciousness, is taking care of yourself. And they will be taken care of in one way or another, but it is not your job to transform other people's crap. And that is sort of the message of the day for me. And I hope that this helps. Happy to hear any, comments or thoughts on how others deal with negative energies from other people, but I am more than happy to share mine. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon.